I find that power for me is like knowing that I'm right, knowing that I'm wrong, and knowing the difference between the two.
Ooh. I think that power is the ability to get what you want.
Yeah.
And then the ability to make impact.
Ooh.
Whether it's good or bad.
I like that.
And I feel like that's part of what you're talking about.
That's really good. I like the impact word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hot girl psychology. Hot girl psychology. Hot girl psychology.
Welcome to Hot Girl Psychology. We're a girl's girl podcast where attractiveness meets attachment wounds.
Here at Hot Girl Psychology, we believe that the darkest parts of your mind are the sexiest.
I'm Emily. I'm a startup founder and CEO, and I put the psycho in psychonutritionist.
And I'm Deanna. I'm a clinical psychotherapist, published dark romance author, and recovering people pleaser. I treat complex trauma by day, and I live it by night. What's up, girlies?
What did you have to shed last year in the year of the snake?
So many things.
Yeah.
Honestly, people pleasing was probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
And I actually think that I made incredible strides with it and really looking at myself, and which was kind of the hardest thing to do, and like martyrdom as well. And it's very hard to look at yourself and be like, I don't only want these things because I'm a good person. There's a lot of maybe impure things. Also, you had actually mentioned urgency last time, or the time before. We were talking about the snow moon and then the year of the horse, of like that's something that you wanted to get rid of. And since you said that, I'd been thinking about it, and it was so easy for me to tell you like urgency is a choice and most things don't need to get done right away. Yeah. And then I actually started seeing it all of the time.
Oh my God, it's a synchronicity.
It's a synchronicity. And it's like if you have a red car, you're going to see a red car type of thing. But so I started seeing it in my clients and in myself, of like, I really do struggle with urgency a lot, and feeling like everything needs to be done now. And it's not so much as like chores need to be done now or things like that. It's more so like I've taken on a lot of projects in this year.
Yeah.
And last year as well. And then I've just taken on more this year.
Yeah.
But it's almost like I need to get so much done before I die. Oh, and it's always like, I'm going to die tomorrow, and what will be left of me?
What do you mean you're going to die? How are we going to do this podcast? Oh my God, I'm going to have to like seance you and like Ouija board you. Like, what does Deanna say to this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would actually love that.
I would absolutely do that. Like, hold on, guys.
That was my love. You just spoke my love language. I would actually love that if you did that, if I died.
I would always do that for you.
Yeah.
That's what best friends are for.
That's so nice. That's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Yeah. Okay. What about you? What are you trying to shed?
Fucking trauma.
Yeah.
Fucking trauma. Like literally, I cannot believe the amount of trauma that I processed in this last year. I can't believe it. Like, I'm amazed I'm still fucking alive.
I am too.
Not like in a you know, bad kind of way, but in a like,
you're still standing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I definitely had horrendous PTSD last year, and it was pretty intense. And so like getting rid of all of the trauma reactions, getting rid of just and with the like acute PTSD, as I was healing from that, by nature I was healing from complex PTSD as well. And so it was like I just kind of shed all of it. And the weirdest thing about healing from trauma is power becomes part of it, but like more than anything, it makes it feel like it didn't happen to me. Like I don't feel like it happened to me. I feel completely and totally separated from the fact that I experienced trauma, not in like an avoidant way or anything like that. It's just more like a purely integrated way, where it's like, okay, that happened to me, and all I have from it now is not reactions, not memories, just wisdom. I just have pure wisdom that I'm taking with me into this next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself, I've noticed a lot of clients that I've had that have had, I actually don't have this because I don't tell my trauma very often. I don't tell my story often, but I've noticed a lot of clients that have been through a lot of therapy or have been through rehab or whatever, it is required that they tell their story over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So they have a removal of like the feelings towards what actually happened to them.
Which is then when they come to you, they just sound like they've rehearsed their trauma.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, and they have processed it in a way.
Yeah.
They've processed it in like the thinking way.
Yeah.
And haven't totally processed it in the feeling way. And then a lot of times they don't want to.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't feel like they need to. And maybe they don't, but those are the types of traumas that come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Like years later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But do you feel like it's a lot of EMDR that did that for you? That
Yeah, it's been 1,000% like EMDR. It's been a lot of intentional developing of my conscious mind. So like trying to learn all of my unconscious behaviors and like all of my unconscious drivers of motivation.
Yeah.
So that I can make clear, sound decisions about how I'm reacting, how I'm responding, how I'm taking in information in, how I'm like analyzing, digesting, that kind of thing. And then just like never trying to stop myself when I need to cry. Surprisingly, crying is really great for processing. It's amazing. I'm so surprised. Who knew?
Yeah. Who knew that
Knew.
crying is actually cathartic and healing and
No, like literally.
freaking strength.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. It's wild. Like people talk all the time about like, oh, I don't cry, or like, you know, they'll apologize for crying or something like that. I'm like, and I used to be that person. And then I spent a full year processing all of my fucking trauma, and I was like, oh no, I like need to do this. Like if I don't do this, then I'm not okay. And I find that like sometimes I'll just randomly cry out of nowhere and then I'll be fine. It'll be great because like something will hit me and I'll be like, oh, gotta get it out. It's kind of like having a sneeze. You just gotta sneeze it out. Yeah.
That is such a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
I always say that to people. I'm like, maybe you just need a good cry.
No, always.
And sometimes even if you're doing great, you just need a good cry.
Absolutely.
I have a client that's doing amazing and he's a more artist type. And so he was like, why am I like okay? I'm supposed to be emo, Deanna. Like you're ruining me. I'm a writer. And I was like, maybe you should just like watch a movie and cry. And he was like, okay, I like that. Let's do that.
I love that. I love that.
Which is also so me.
Yeah, no, like literally the emo girl is here.
Yeah,
She's
emo
made it
girl is here.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is so cathartic. And you grow up thinking that, I remember I grew up thinking that kids, like I would have a crush on a boy in class. And then he would like, and we're talking like so young, like first grade. Yeah. And then he would like cry in class and I'd be disgusted.
Little bitch.
Because I was like, what is wrong with you? Because I would never cry in front of anybody, even at that age.
Neither. Like I was so anti-crying for so fucking long. And like I would like do everything I possibly could. And sometimes still to this day, I'll do everything I can to not cry in front of another person.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, whatever. That's not a big deal. But like I will fuck up some tears when it's just me on me.
Yeah, fuck it up. I love that. And I feel like now that we're adults, like if like a guy or anybody cries in front of me, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, literally. Like I
you
love
are strong. You can feel your feelings.
Yeah. And like you're like a safe place for people to cry. I'm a safe place for people to cry. Like no one's actually a little bitch when they cry ever. No. That's not a real thing.
No.
But
you're a little bitch by being an asshole. That's what makes you a little bitch.
Yeah. Like I feel like crying has helped me feel more powerful. Yeah, in general. A lot of like what I feel like I've gained in this last year has been power.
Fuck yeah.
Like truly.
Yeah. So that is our topic for today.
Like really good lead in.
Yeah. Our topic for today is power. What is power? How you get power, how you hone power, how you can be gluttonous with power, how you can abuse power, how it pertains to us as women, as hot girls. So I guess let's start with like, what the fuck is power?
What the fuck is power?
Yeah. Wait, also everybody who is just listening, speaking of power, Emily is wearing John Lennon glasses.
Hey.
Because she is in her fucking powerful girl era.
I'm so in my powerful girl era. It's like ridiculous.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Emily, what is power?
Power is when you fucking own your shit in every way, shape, and form.
Love it.
I find that power for me is like knowing that I'm right, knowing that I'm wrong, and knowing the difference between the two.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I find that like power is a choice. It's not something that you can acquire power and things like that, but power is a choice. And there's, you know, dark power, there's light power. There's power that's like coming out in the form of like anger or dominance or overpowering in some kind of way. And then there's power that comes out in the form of like control over oneself.
Yes.
And not control in a way that's like starving yourself of things or like over like the gluttonous power kind of thing, but more like just I guess the best way to put it, the formal term is like having an internal locus of control.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I think self-control is a huge part of it versus trying to control everybody around you.
Exactly.
That's like a false form of power, is trying to control everybody around you. But the highest form of power is controlling yourself.
Absolutely. And just like realizing that you can affect change in your own life.
Yes.
That's a lot of what I've learned in this last year, is that I'm not powerless, right? Like trauma makes you feel like you're very, very powerless. And to like work through it, one of the things that you have to work through is the like power domain, you know, within your mind.
Yeah.
And realizing that it is a choice to not live in your power, and it is a choice to like continue to live in a powerless way.
Yeah.
Not to make it so simple, like there's so much nuance to it, but realistically, it's you can choose to become powerful.
Yes.
Always. You always have that choice.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I do think that most people actually have more power than they realize, or they have the power that they need to succeed.
Yeah.
And they just don't use it. Yeah. And if you have power and you don't use it, you're not really powerful, right?
Not at all.
It's almost like I feel like anytime that we say somebody isn't living up to their potential, what we're actually saying is they have power that they're not using.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And and if they do use it, like more often than not, that energy has to go somewhere, you know, and typically it can come out like as self-harm, or it can come out as like,
good point.
Yeah. Or just like kind of being, I don't know, just like numbing yourself or something like that. You know, like we all have the power to do something. We all have the power to act in one way, shape, or form. And like for me, like it's a lot of knowing that if I make a choice, I'm empowered to make that choice. And if that choice harms me, then I've made a powerful choice to harm myself. And if that choice doesn't harm me, like you can't know everything, but you can choose to learn from your mistakes, and you can choose to try again. And then there's also, again, that like internal locus of control, and what I was saying earlier about like knowing you're right versus knowing you're wrong, knowing how to tell the difference between the two. Yeah. What's power to you?
I think that power is the ability to get what you want.
Yeah.
And then the ability to make impact.
Ooh.
Whether it's good or bad.
I like that.
And I feel like that's part of what you're talking about.
That's really good. I like the impact word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because you can absolutely make bad impact easily, as we have seen by many world leaders and many world wars.
Yes, indeed.
I do feel like, so to me, there is real long-lasting power, and then there's temporary power.
Sure.
And I'll get to those, but I feel like the key elements of real power are like meaning, ability, freedom, a certain amount. You need a certain amount of freedom.
Absolutely.
Control, more so self-control, than control of others. Determination, huge. Understanding. Like an understanding and clarity of the environment around you and the people around you. And then likability.
Okay.
And I kind of don't like to say that last one.
Sure.
Because it doesn't sound nice, but I do feel like likability is incredibly important
It is.
to make impact.
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, like, you either have to be like fully likable or you have to be like fully dislikable.
Yeah.
Like it's very polarizing.
Yes, very polarizing. You either need to be liked or feared.
Yeah.
But I feel like the fear is more of that like temporary power.
Yeah.
And more of the abuse of power versus power itself. Like fear tactics to me are abuses of powers.
For sure.
But I feel like real long lasting power versus like, I wouldn't call it fake power, but just temporary power.
Yeah.
Real power can't be taken from you.
Real power can't be taken from you. Right. Because internal locus of control, right?
Exactly.
It is your own internal power. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it can't be taken from you by anybody else.
Yeah.
Or it's very unlikely that it can be taken from you. We can,
whatever. We're not
we can get existential that anything can be taken from you, but very unlikely that it would be taken from you by somebody else. But so things that are temporary that can be taken from you, money.
Yes.
Reputation.
Yes.
A job, a role.
Beauty.
Even physical strength.
Yeah, your health.
Yeah. Your health, absolutely.
Your health, your wealth, your stealth.
Yes, that can all be taken from you. But so something like money, for example. Money can give you a lot of power. It can give you a lot of temporary power. A lot of people might want to be around you. You can get a lot of the things that you want, which is a big element of power. You can make a lot of impact, big element of power. That being said, money can be stolen.
Yes.
Money can be lost.
Yes.
You can make a bad investment.
Yes.
It's all gone. And then what do you have? The money is gone.
Yeah.
So that power is gone. However, what you could still have, determination.
Yes.
To make the money, the ability to make the money, and the intelligence, the wisdom to make the money. So those are the things that you should prioritize.
Absolutely.
As power.
One of my
money.
friends recently had a couple $1 million stolen from her.
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah, had a couple $1 million stolen from her.
Yes, and wasn't she like, I'm going to make it back?
And I was like, fuck yeah, man, that's awesome. But
that is somebody that knows their power.
Yeah,
she's like, I did it before and I'll do it again.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this is going to be nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I believe you.
Like dollars weren't her power.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's, and she's like, like it sets me back a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. And I'm like, that is, exactly like what power looks like. It's self-determination. It's belief in yourself. And the reality is power is a temporary thing for most people. The majority of types of power are going to be, they have a life cycle. Like even impact is not immortal, because every couple hundred years, things are totally different.
Of course.
Right. So nothing is actually immortal. Nothing lives forever. And
some things live for a really long time.
Some things do live for a very long time, but time is a construct.
A social construct.
Time. Men invented time, and I'm just
Power is also a social construct.
Power is a social construct, except for like an internal locus of control is not a social construct, right?
No.
Yeah, and that in and of itself is a power. But like the thing is, even that is going to be temporary because you are going to die someday. We all do, at least, unless the future gets us.
Who's the existential one now? I actually feel like power to me is very similar to meaning.
Yeah.
So it's actually so funny. When I was a senior in high school, we had to write, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but we had to write an essay. It was like our last thesis. We were in fucking high school. But it was
God, you went to a serious fucking high school.
It was a public school, but
so serious.
But it was, the theme was this I believe. And so it was like, it had to be like you believe in like a theme, like a thing, and then prove why you believe in that and why everybody else should believe in it, essentially.
Okay, kind of cute.
And I got super creative with it, and I was like,
you fucking did. I love that so much.
And I was like, I believe that everyone is power hungry. And that was mine.
Oh my gosh, that matches the...
Yes. And I'm looking back on it, and I actually think that I confused power with meaning because I didn't really know what meaning was. I probably didn't even really know the word like the way that I use it now.
Yeah.
But it was essentially like the power to make somebody... Mine was like the power to make somebody feel, because I was like a writer and an actress, and that was my thing. but it was like the power to instill knowledge as a teacher, the power to enforce the law as a cop. And I'm coming up with like the most basic examples.
Of course.
But essentially these things, to me, like power was, now that I see it as an adult, I'm like, I was just talking about meaning, like the things that like fulfill your soul versus purpose. And I think I was trying to deal with the purpose versus meaning debate before I even knew what it was. Yeah. And that was my version of it. But so it's so funny that we're talking about this now.
Yeah, no, I love that.
But I mean, I feel like power is so important. It is a freaking social construct.
Absolutely.
More than anything. And I feel like all social dynamics are shaped by power.
Yes.
If you really think about it, because we are such social creatures. We're an interdependent species. Mm-hmm. The fundamental of social science is power.
Yes.
The way that the fundamental of physics is energy.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So power is present in everything that we do and every interaction that we have. There's always some sort of power dynamic.
Yeah.
And somebody is always gaining power, losing power, using power, or freaking abusing power.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to rhyme. I'm sorry.
No, it's so good. It's like so true that you're such a writer.
Sorry, I did not mean to do that. I swear to God.
No, I believe you. I feel like you're right though, that people are constantly trying, like it's constantly changing form, right? Yeah. So energy is never created, it's only transformed. It's never created nor destroyed, it's only transformed. Same deal with this. Power is never created nor destroyed, it's always transformed.
Yeah.
Right? So like it comes in the form of abuse, it comes in the form of use, it comes in the form of like giving up your power, taking power, that kind of thing. And I think a lot of people people do give up their power pretty freely without realizing it. And I think that one of the things that you really touched on that's important to highlight is the fact that we, like, the underbelly of social dynamics is rooted in power. And the reality is that's like an evolutionary psychology thing, right? Yeah. Like it is in our best interest to seek power because power is a form of currency, right? So
survival.
Exactly. And we are no longer surviving. We are optimally thriving if we're lucky. But the majority of people are just surviving, right?
They're surviving because they don't realize what they need to thrive.
Yes, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. I think that what ends up happening is a lot of people don't recognize that they have the opportunity to have power, whether that be like within themselves or, you know, like that they put power outward. And honestly, I don't really believe anybody should ever have power over another human until they have power over themselves, until they like actually are rooted in their own power, because it's always going to be maybe not necessarily corrupted, but it's going to be diluted. It's going to be poorly executed. If a person doesn't have like a strong internal locus of control, then they are going to inevitably have a weak moment where their survival mechanism kicks in and they end up taking power to an abusive point.
Yeah.
Or they give it up, right? And so it's never going to be like pure. And like, not to say that there's any level of purity in human behavior at all, ever. But realistically, when it comes from a place of, and my background is in public health, so, you know, like having massive amounts of power over massive numbers of people, like with great power comes great responsibility. And holy shit, as a CEO, I say that shit all the time. I'm like, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. I can't fuck my
Do you have it written on your whiteboard?
I do. I have make a deal with God, and I have with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, let's get back to God later because I need to know about that one.
Yeah, no, it's instead of making a deal with the devil, you make a deal with God. Yeah. I know.
Neither have approached me. So still waiting.
It's one of my friends.
The devil, if you're watching, I'm still waiting.
Hey, boy.
I'm kidding, everybody.
One of my friends introduced me to the concept of infinite intelligence, and I've been like super obsessed with that idea. And it's just a lot of just like consciousness maxing. Yeah. Like I can't get enough of it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to kind of again bring it full circle, just like the transformation of power, it starts within you. It starts within yourself, and it's something that if you can't do it within you, your nervous system is totally gonna fuck up when you have big power.
Yes.
Yeah, your nervous system will not be able to hold it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes people do get power that they don't expect or they don't work for, and it's just thrust upon them and they're like shit, and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Nobody goes to the gas station and buys a lottery ticket thinking they're gonna fucking win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So true. Okay. I'm big on like that there's quiet power.
Oh yeah.
Quiet or soft power. They're like the same thing to me.
Okay.
And then loud and hard power.
Yeah.
What do you think about that concept and the difference between the two?
So I think that soft versus hard is the divine feminine versus the divine masculine, right? So like when we think about like that unconscious Jungian type
Love it.
thought belief system. But the other one you said was quiet versus loud. That I don't think is gendered as much. Like I don't think it's like because those both feel righteous to me in their own way. Like quiet power is one where it's like a knowing. It's its own kind of like rootedness. It is
grounded.
Yeah, I would say grounded. But then there's like the loud power, which is like if somebody were coming at you with a knife and they were screaming, and
would you want quiet power or loud power? Probably not.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like you would basically like, you know, if something is coming to attack you, like you don't want to be small. You won't be grounded and be like, listen, I know you're having a really hard day.
I feel like that's what I would do and it wouldn't go well.
Whereas my unhinged ass would be like, are you fucking, like I would lose my shit. And that's why nobody comes at me with knives anymore. So make that mistake once.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me twice, you won't get fooled again. Fucking hell yeah. So from my perspective, quiet power is, it's kind of like quiet luxury. Honestly,
no.
Are you familiar with that concept? So quiet luxury refers to you're not wearing like the Gucci symbol everywhere. You're not wearing Louis Vuitton everywhere. You just are wearing like the high quality material.
Yeah.
And it's like subtle, like undertones kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like quiet power and quiet luxury are like in that same boat. Like they're not soft. They're still like hardcore, but like they are understated.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to be overstated.
Yeah.
Whereas like loud power comes from a place of like a need for overstating, whether that be a form of like compensation, whether that be a form of controlling the other, whether that be a form of like trying to protect, which it's always trying to protect.
Always trying to protect. It works often.
It does.
Though. Loud power really is.
Why do you think people spank their fucking kids forever?
Yeah.
Because that shit unfortunately worked. But it's
both
terrible.
Of these things are incredibly effective.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's incredibly effective. But the problem is like the issue with loud power again is if you have not like fully found your own internal power, you're going to end up beating your kids kind of thing, right? Like you're going to do the whatever equivalent is of that.
It's an abuse of power.
It is.
Not real. Yeah. Not like the real long lasting power, you know, that we're going for.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of ways that you can just play around with power with yourself.
For sure.
So like, for example, I've been getting like really into lucid dreaming. Just to kind of see like what kind of power can I have over my mind?
Yeah.
What power can I have over my conscious self? Yeah.
I've known a lot of people that have done this.
It's interesting. I'm in the earlier stages of it, but it's like it's interesting to see kind of like how you can have power in a place where you have no power.
Yeah.
Right? Like most of the time we don't have power in our dreams. And it's because we're unconscious and we've never like taken the time to like harness power in our dreams.
Yeah.
But you can't, there's like a protocol you can follow where you just like kind of start looking at your hand throughout the day and you say, am I asleep? Am I dreaming? How do I know? Whatever. And then eventually your hand starts appearing in your dreams and you look at it, and if it like it's kind of like early AI images where it's like you'll have extra fingers or like your hand will look weird, or you'll look away and look back and you'll be able to push your thumb like through your palm or something like that. And it's like a form of power that's quiet.
Yeah.
Really quiet. Yeah.
Very quiet, but very internal.
Yes.
Which is the most important type of power.
And it's the most powerful type of power too.
Yeah.
But like just those kinds of things have helped me feel like more in control in general, you know?
Yeah.
What kind of power do you get into?
I'm so into the quiet power.
Yeah.
I am so into the quiet power. I feel like I do not need to alpha anybody. I don't need to control other people.
Yeah.
I don't even necessarily need to lead.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of it is that I don't show my cards.
Yeah.
I don't show all of my cards, especially up front.
Absolutely.
And I won't show my power or my ability immediately.
Right.
And you'll see it slowly when I want you to.
I love that.
You know?
I love that.
Over time. And so to me, that is a very long-lasting and more realistic form of power to keep and to hold and to like actually make impact. And also I think that the quiet power helps with the likability factor.
Yeah.
Because people don't really like it when you're all in their face. And when I think that loud power oftentimes comes on too strong.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
At least like first impression wise. A lot of times I like when people come on too strong, I like it because I can see it for what it is.
Yeah.
But most people don't.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like getting jumped on by a dog, a giant dog.
Yes.
Like 5'1" like me.
Exactly. Which I love getting jumped on by a dog, but a lot of people don't. Yes. So exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I love when you show me exactly who you are, but I would never fucking do that.
Yeah. Which is like, that's a really interesting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does give you a sense of power and intentionality.
Yeah.
When you have the control over yourself to be able to show somebody what you want to show them and what you don't.
Yeah.
And there's a balance of that and like being real and being vulnerable.
Yes.
But I do feel like being like having quiet power is about being mindful.
Yes.
And about like speaking with intention. So like wisely, not loudly.
Yeah.
And not always needing to be the loudest voice in the room.
Love that.
And knowing what you want and how to get what you want, but also being able to adapt.
Yeah.
Which is a huge thing.
Yeah.
I actually think that that's where a lot of people run into trouble with power is the inability to adapt.
Yeah. Pivoting is everything.
Pivoting is everything.
Dude,
yes.
pivoting is, I mean, like all of my founder friends feel the same way. Pivoting is like the center of your fucking universe when you run a business. It's like all you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. You become so, running a business, if any of our listeners are thinking about running their own business, please do it because it is like, you will never realize how powerful you are until you do something like that. Holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 100%.
There's nothing like it.
And like success and failure too, I feel like.
Because it's a constant success, fail cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you always just succeed a little more.
It could do wonders for your self-concept, I imagine.
Oh my God, it's life-changing.
Yeah.
It really is. Like it grounds you.
Yeah.
And it also makes you realize like if you want to succeed, you have to have power over yourself.
Yes.
You must have control over yourself or else you're just going to be you're not going to fucking win.
Well, okay. So that's also a huge key to having quiet power as well. I think it's being grounded versus chaotic. To me, chaos is the opposite of power.
Which is precisely who I used to be.
Yeah.
I was like the most chaotic creature on the planet Earth.
Which makes sense of why you feel so powerful now because
you're
so much more grounded now.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I also think like being able to trust yourself.
Yeah.
And then validate your own power versus insisting to other people how powerful you are.
Yes. Everyone says, I'm such a good person. Are they?
Yes. Please question that. If somebody told you how good.
No, like I'm a really good person. Like I'm a really good person. Like I know, but like, are you?
Yes. If anybody says that to you, please question it.
Also,
I'm not saying that they're not a good person, but just question it.
Also, like, low key, this is my train of thought. There's no such thing as good or bad people. But if somebody is constantly saying that they're a good person, they deal with a lot of shame that they are trying to hide so much.
Yes.
Yes.
Which could cause them to do bad things.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Or do hurtful things to you.
I know there's no such thing as good or bad.
Yes.
That's a social construct.
There's healthy, unhealthy, hurtful, not hurtful.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I feel like lastly is somebody with quiet power makes space for other people and what other people want.
Yeah.
This is going to sound Machiavellian.
I mean, are we not, we run a podcast, are we not Machiavellian? Is that something we're trying to hide from
Has
people?
anybody read The Prince by Machiavelli?
If you have, at us.
But so making space, and it's not just for this reason, but making space for people and helping them get what they want.
Yep.
They will be way more likely afterwards to make space for you and help you get what they want.
That's not Machiavellian. That's just Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Just playing the fucking long game.
Which is just living.
Living is playing the long game. If you're lucky to live long.
I mean, you know, we are definitely lucky. We were, you know, I feel lucky. I feel like I earned a lot of my luck too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you lucky or did you just work really hard?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Working in those toes.
Okay, lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you think about power gluttony?
I do think that the gluttony of power specifically is entitlement.
Oh, yeah.
So expecting and demanding versus wanting, asking, and earning.
I like that. Expecting and demanding versus wanting, asking, and earning. Yeah. So
Yeah.
not like cooperating.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's entitlement, and then it's also power gluttony can also be abuse of power.
Mhm. Yeah.
So like any power that's domineering, that is violent, that is coercive,
Yeah.
that is fear-based, exceptionalism-based,
Yeah.
superiority-based.
Yeah.
I feel like that is an abuse of power, and that is power gluttony. And I also, anytime that somebody is like bullying
Yeah.
or trying to coerce anybody into something,
Yeah.
a lot of times it is not because they actually are powerful. It's because they're trying to give themselves the like semblance of power because they feel not powerful or they feel their power slipping away. And that's why they need to behave that way.
Yeah.
And be abusive.
Absolutely. And that's the scarcity mentality that I was talking about, right? Like there's the excess mentality of like, you know, just like more for me, but it's because you believe that you're not going to have enough.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? Yeah. People get addicted to their own power.
People 100% get addicted to their own power. Literally like a drug, like a vice. And then also if you are feeling not powerful in one aspect of your life, you might try to make up for it in another aspect of your life.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're not feeling powerful at home, you might try to make up for it at work and then abuse that power and treat people, there may be people who are your inferiors, you might treat them like shit.
Yeah.
Who don't deserve it because it is just you trying to make up for the lack of power that you feel at home.
Yeah. And it's weird because like, as you said earlier, we are naturally organized into hierarchy. Like it is just kind of part of social construct, right? Like,
yes, 100%. It's literally like Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
If you take a group of, in that case, it was a group of kids, but if you take a group of anybody, put them on an island, they will form some sort of political system. They will form some sort of hierarchy and somebody will have power. And usually the people that have power, and that's what I'm saying, like long lasting power, real power. Yeah. It is ability. Yeah. Likability. Yeah. Determination. Yeah. Intelligence. Yeah. If you're on a deserted island, nobody cares if you have money. Nobody cares if you have fame. Nobody cares if you have a reputation.
But you know what they do give a fuck about? If you have a knife.
If you, that too.
No, that's the loud power that we were talking about earlier.
Loud power, yeah.
Right? Like there's like the agility and the intelligence and like, you know, how good are you? But then there's also just the brute force.
Yes. Yeah. Especially in survival.
Absolutely.
Situations.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so it's really interesting, like this balance of like, and those are two like almost opposing forces too, right? Because like you think about like the, like this is very like kind of a, I don't know how to explain it. crude example, maybe just like in terms of like a raw example, but like you think about the archetype of like a nerdy kid being like stuffed into a locker by like a mean bully who's like, you know, bigger and taller for their age, and then that nerdy kid grows up to like become Elon Musk or something. You know, like, like, but it's like
no, that's a great example.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah,
right. And it's weird because like
one had power back then, loud power. One has power now,
which is also loud power. Right, because it's visibility. Visibility is its own form of loud power.
It is.
In terms of like, you know, hot girl power, right? Like this is not just a podcast for like women who are attractive, right? Like that's not what this is for. It's for women who come into their own power, because being hot is more than just being like physically attractive. Like you can obviously enhance your physical looks and all that kind of stuff and whatever, but like at the end of the day, like your power is rooted in how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, how you look at yourself, because it is, yes, being attractive is like its own form of social currency, but being like pleasant and being rooted in what you know is real is always going to be so much more powerful.
100%.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of what we talk about is that being hot is being powerful,
easily
being in touch with your own inner power and understanding it, identifying it, and then knowing how to use it as well, you know, because power that isn't identified or used is nothing.
Yes.
So
yeah.
And you know, somebody can be physically attractive, and if they don't know their power, if they don't use it, are they really hot, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what do you feel like is your power, and what are you doing with it? What do you want to do with it? Like, what's your vision?
I'm brilliant and I'm beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I do with that is brilliance. I've dedicated my life to like helping people and advancing the state of our education for people in my field. I mentor, I train, I develop courses, I develop systems, I run a company. It's what I do. Like I lead. I'm a fucking leader, through and through. And I always have been. And it's just taking me a lot of time to like hone that power, right? Because like I've always been a natural leader, but I haven't always been nice about it. And it's become something nice is not the right word, kind. I haven't always been kind about it. I'm kind, but I'm not necessarily nice, but I'm kind. And I learned that kindness can't be replaced at all in leadership. Yes. It just can't. Like you cannot fucking lead a company if you're not kind.
Maybe that's something that we should put into power as well.
Yeah.
Kindness is...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because niceness is giving up your power, but kindness is being rooted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because being nice like is an easy way to get like walked all over, necessarily. But like, you know, being the nice girl, right? But we really love...
Don't be the nice girl.
No, don't be the nice girl. Do not be the nice girl. But, right. Because the nice girl is like the cool girl, you know? Yeah. But being kind is really valuable.
Yeah.
Which is something my friend taught me, which I really love. And I find that like, so part of it is I'm brilliant. The other part is I'm beautiful. The way I like to use my beauty as power is, I just fucking love fashion, and I love looking nice, and I love, just like being attractive. It's lovely. It's very empowering, you know, like I love taking care of my body. I love taking care of the way that I look. I love taking care of my health. I love taking care of my skin, my hair, whatever. It feels very empowering because I'm like, well, if I won the genetic lottery, like I may as well invest that money, invest that power. And I know for a fact, like people who are attractive, like do get listened to more and do get like more visibility and things like that. So, if I also just am lucky enough that I'm brilliant, like I may as well use that for good, because no matter what, people are going to be looking at me. So I may as well do something valuable with it.
Yeah.
100%. What about you?
I love that. I really love.
Thank you.
I really love all that.
Thank you.
I love that you picked this topic today, because I do think about like what my power is on the day to day, because I do think of power very similar to the way that I think of meaning.
Yeah.
And I the way that I'm like, okay, we shouldn't put all of our meaning, like it's like you shouldn't put all of your eggs into one basket. You shouldn't put all of your meaning into one place. You should have it a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
Because one thing can always be taken from you. And so I believe that about power as well. But I do believe that like my biggest powers that I feel like probably can't be taken to me are the power to make myself and others feel and heal.
Ooh, love.
And
make them feel and heal.
If somebody wanted to take that from me, they'd have to be so creative. And honestly, I'd be like, you deserve it at this point.
Have it. This probably makes you feel something, and it's probably healing for you.
Yes, it's so
like literally.
Really, so who's
like
powerful?
It's like, yeah,
who's powerful now?
Yeah, precisely. That's so good.
Yeah.
I love to feel and to heal.
Yeah. In the day-to-day, as a therapist, I do that.
Yeah.
And that is awesome.
Yeah.
And that feels awesome. And that is what I work towards. And so
it's feeling and healing for you.
Yeah, it is very much feeling and healing for me.
Yeah.
And also anytime I watch a patient feel and heal, it gives me inspiration to feel and heal as well in my own way.
People like you should be therapists.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because you are inspired by people who grow and heal. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not one of those people that thinks that I know everything, and I don't think that I'm totally healed. I don't think that anybody is ever totally healed.
Yeah.
It's a journey and you're never done with it.
Yeah.
But so I love that. That is a huge power of mine, I feel like. And that's like a day-to-day power, a very accessible power. So I do love that. But I also want more.
Yeah.
Always.
Have you ever thought about starting your own business?
Of course.
You want some help? I love teaching women how to start businesses.
Of course. I have a lot of things to do before I do that. But I always want more. I always want bigger. I always dream big, and I do want to make big impact, which means I want power, to be honest. And that's not a bad thing. But to make like large scale, long lasting impact, that's what I am always working towards. That is why one of the many reasons why I am writing these books.
Yeah.
Why I'm doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Why I'm making music. Why I'm making social media. It is to make that big, long lasting impact. And it is every bit as selfish as it is selfless.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I love that. It's the yin and yang.
Yeah. It's the yin and yang.
Yeah.
But I very much am trying to like change the whole feeling and healing game. I love
that so much.
Yeah.
So good.
Thanks. I really, my thing is like, I want to grow flowers in dark places. And I want people to know how to transform their trauma.
Yeah.
I want people to know that they're allowed to feel and that they have no bad parts.
Yeah.
And I want people to know that they can have darkness and pain and still live a very joyful and meaningful life.
I love that. I love that so much. That's so cool. I love that you have this desire. You know, I saw that you posted on social media recently about the concept of like developing a new genre called trauma-informed dark romance, which is fucking brilliant.
That is what I'm trying to do.
It's like psychonutrition, trauma-informed dark romance.
Yes.
Like we're going to take over the world.
Yes.
Like actually.
That is what I'm trying to do. I want to literally form an entirely new genre of literature, which is trauma-informed dark romance.
It's fucking brilliant. It's super fucking brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah. No,
Thank you so much.
I can see how it's gonna work.
Thank you.
You can see the vision. You can like my pseudo psychic ass can like I don't believe in psychic, but I believe in just really good pattern recognition.
You don't believe in psychics?
I believe in really good pattern recognition. Like so yes,
you and I should go to a psychic together.
Okay.
I just want to see. Okay. I don't know what I believe. I believe in everything and nothing at the same time.
That's
so
what I mean.
I would love to.
No, I'd be down.
I would love to fuck around and find out.
I would love to fuck around and find out.
Fun?
Yes, I love a little bit of fucking around and finding out. Yeah. No, I'm like from a purely like scientific standpoint. Like obviously I have my little spiritual self and things like that, but from a purely scientific standpoint, I just believe there's people who have extraordinary pattern recognition, and they're just really good at like figuring it out.
Isn't that just us?
Literally.
Described us.
I know.
I can't tell you your fucking future. Don't come to me. I read tarot, and so a lot of times
I literally use tarot every day.
Really?
Yeah, symbolically it all is like great, and then there's the part of me that's like, but you know, like I kind of resonate. Like I low-key resonate with all
tarot. Literally, tarot can be used just from a mental health perspective.
Yeah,
I would never practice it with anybody. Like I would never like have somebody pay me to read tarot.
Right.
You only pay me to do therapy. But
do psychonutrition.
But like the biggest part is what I show you, what do you see in it?
Yeah.
And what you see in it says what you already fucking knew before you came here.
That's the fucking truth.
And so I do it with my friends. And then like a lot of times once they say it, I'm like, well, there's the thing. Yeah. And then they see in the cards what they want to see and what they need to see. So how do our hot girlies out there find their power, hone their power, and not let it get gluttonous?
Ooh, I love that. How do we help the hot girlies find their power, hone their power, and not let it get gluttonous? I would say, so for me, the way that I found my power was frankly through my education. I really, really found power through education because it was somewhere that it didn't matter if I was pretty or not. Yeah. It didn't matter if I was hot. It mattered if I was good and if I was motivated and if I was driven and if I like understood, right? Yeah. So finding your power outside of your like looks alone is a great way to like actually find real power, because
Absolutely.
Looks are always like secondary. Mm-hmm. Like if that's the only thing you have, like just develop a skill, develop like get an education, like figure out more depth about yourself, something like that. Mm-hmm. Like making yourself feel like you're giving back to either your community or yourself or your family or something like that. Like developing more than just how you look is a great way to find your power. Yeah. And then to hone it, the way you do is you basically just develop a sense of mastery around whatever skill you decide to choose. Yeah. You know, and if like the skill that you decide to choose is just like brand building or coaching or something along those lines, like just get really fucking good at it. Get amazing at it. Because if you're hot, like you can sell anything. You can sell anything, fucking anything. But if you sell it well, then you have real power, like genuine actual power. And so if you want to not get gluttonous about it, teach other people how to do it. Spread your knowledge.
That's a good way to use it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Share what you know. Share what you
using it, not abusing it.
Absolutely.
Not gatekeeping it.
Yes.
Sharing.
Precisely. And if you teach other people, they will always remember you as the mentor, as the person who taught them, as the person who like helped them when they were but a mere student, whatever that may be. And that's how you have actual impact, is by helping others learn, because your word and your message is what gets out from what you have.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. I always love that. Yeah, those are all such great points. I do feel like to find your power, identify your power, a lot of that is like the self-concept. Figure out who the fuck you are.
Love.
Figure out what you want.
Yeah.
And figure out what your strengths are.
Yeah.
And if you don't have strengths, make some.
Learn a fucking skill.
I can't tell you how many clients I've had. There was like, I have no strengths. Make some.
Absolutely.
Do something different.
Yeah.
And then like identify what you want, either what you want or how you want to make an impact, and then figure out the steps to get there. Mm-hmm. A lot of times when you break things down into steps, you realize like it's just 5 steps.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as big or as distant as you think that it is. And then also a big part of it to me is prioritize power that can't be taken away from you.
Yeah.
you know, can't be taken away from you by anybody else. And so like, again, like those like key elements of power, which are like meaning, ability, freedom, control, determination, understanding, likability.
Yeah. I love that.
Hone in all of those things, but also stay empowered, not entitled.
Yeah.
Because
I love that.
Get what you want by asking for it, earning it, working for it, or just even accepting it.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just fall into our lap. Amazing. Accept it.
Yeah.
But don't get it by expecting it and demanding it.
I love that. So just like stay humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Stay humble. Sit down. I feel like that is honoring the fact that power has a life cycle.
Yes.
That power lives and power dies.
Power lives and power dies, and people live and people die.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, the existential part.
But nothing ever actually dies. But everything dies. I think you just glitched out.
I'm like, kind of everything does. Kind of everything doesn't die.
No, I was like watching all the
gears like parts of you die.
There's like multiple different types of death, you know. I love this topic. I love talking about power. I love hearing how other people conceptualize power. I love like the ideas of power, the way that they affect people. And I love seeing like people coming into their own like righteous power, like their own power that's actually powerful rather than power that is limiting or power that is like gluttonous or power that is too much. And so this topic was really fun to cover.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love broad topics like this. And I also, this is such an important topic with our hot girlies. You know, think about your power. Think about, where do you have power? Where could you have more power?
Yes.
And is your power permanent, or is it one of those kind of like impermanent, not long lasting powers?
Yeah.
What do you want, and what kind of impact do you want to make?
Absolutely.
Stay tuned for our next episode, where we're going to get into more hot girl things about dating and relationships.
Ooh, the stuff you actually came here for.
All right. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Love you, girlies.
Love you, girlies.
Bye.
Loves you too. Bye.
Loves you. Bye.